Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Dirt Grain Steel. So it's too wet, we can't cut beans. We thought this afternoon the sun would come out, but it hasn't yet today at all. So the grain is actually wet inside the pods. So it's just no cutting beans today at all. Not even gonna try it. So Dad Strength and I are gonna take the heads off the two combines, the gleaner and the 1660, and we're going to run them back to the shop, and we are going to get the corn head on the 1660, get it set for corn, and then we are going to attempt to put the 1063 corn head on the gleaner and try to maybe possibly pick some corn this afternoon with it. We know the 1660 is going to pick just fine. That's just simple, setting the fan speed, rotor speed, changing the screen settings a little bit, putting the chopper in low, then taking the stationary knives out of the chopper, and that's it. That's ready to go. So the gleaner, we've actually got to bring the head in the shop, put a bearing holder on the head, put the different PTO shaft on to drive the head, and we'll have to set the combine by what the recommended settings are in the book, and then we'll go from there. That gives us an idea. That's a starting point. So I'm gonna get out, let the combine warm up a little bit. I'm gonna get out, take all my hoses off, my drive shaft, unlatch my head, set it on the head cart. We're gonna put them both on the head carts. Wednesday is our target date to take the S67 out, the new gleaner, and cut some beans with it. So I've been in contact with the with Plevna Implement. They are planning on Wednesday. I'm planning on Wednesday, so hopefully we'll get to run it some on Wednesday. They got the head to the shop. We've got the combine sitting there at the shop. So as soon as the weather breaks and we can cut, we're good to go. So we'll just have to take it to the field. But we'll take some video when we get back to the shop. So we're going to get this stuff done and get on our way. So we finally made it home. Kind of a rough go because I had flat spots in my tires because I've been sitting for the last couple days, so it kind of made it rough. So we're gonna take it out back here and just park it here for now until we get the 1660 ready. So it looks good sitting next to the S67. Might just have to keep that one. We'll see what happens. So I'm gonna get the corn head put on the 1660, and it's the one sitting way back there. This one right here is the one I'm gonna put on the L2. But we'll get that corn head put on and get it in the shop, get it ready to go, and then we'll get my corn head, which is that one sitting there. We'll get that one put on the L2, and then we'll be ready to go. There goes Dad's Strength. So I can't wait to run that thing. I'm hoping they come up with a corn head for it so we can run some corn with it. So Jordan was going to check into it and see if he could get a corn head for it, and maybe we'll pick some corn. We'll see what happens. So they brought us a bean head, and this was not what I expected. I expected we were going to get an auger head, but they brought us a draper head. I'm not going to argue with that. Are you going to argue with that?
No, it'll work just fine.
Yeah, it worked just fine for us. This is pretty sweet. So I've always wanted to try a draper head and never got a chance to. Well, on the McDonald windrowers I ran one, but that was for mint. So I never got to try one in soybeans, so this would be pretty cool. This thing's nice. It's clean too. So this is exciting. Oh, I can't wait to cut some beans now. This is great. So I'm gonna go do some stuff real quick. You can see the two sitting next to each other. There's a big difference in combines, that's for sure. Well, one's a rotary and one's a cylinder type too, so that makes them look different. So I'm gonna go do some stuff real quick and we'll get started. So before we put our head on, we're going to take the hard blower and try it out and blow all this crap off of here. Get all these soybeans off. thing actually works pretty good. I'm impressed. A lot of that's gotten wet and dried on, so that's understandable. It ain't gonna blow that off. I will say for I think it was it's $116 with a battery and charger. It does pretty good for being cordless. I'm impressed with it. I'm gonna finish cleaning this off and go put the corn head on. There we go. Now we'll take it up to the shop and check all the oil in the gearboxes, oil the chains, check all the gathering chains, make sure they're proper tension. Look for any problems that are evident at the time, and then we'll do all the combine settings and put the rotor in low gear, change the chopper belt over to low speed, and pull the stationary knives out, reset the screens, and then do a few small things like clean the windows on the combine, blow the cab out, and then she's ready to go pick some corn. So pretty excited to start picking some corn. So just wish it was nice and sunny out so we could try the new gleaner out. Seeing that head sit there is making me really anxious to get in it and go cut some beans. So hoping maybe they can come up with a corn head for it. That'd be pretty cool. I'd really like to pick some corn with it. So first of all, we got to finish the blue Kenworth. It's in the shop, and once that's out, that's what Dad and Dad's Strength are working on right now. They're finishing it up. As soon as it's out, we'll put this in the shop, get this one going, and we'll get the gleaner going, or get the gleaner in there and get that shaft made and the bearing holder made, and then we'll be ready to go. So I'm gonna get the gleaner now, and I'm gonna go put its corn head on, just see what take a visual look and see what I gotta do to get that shaft on, and then when this one's done, we'll get it in there and get it going. Gleaner has its corn head on now. Well, I was going to get the combines in the shop and start working on them, or one at a time, but Dad and Dad's Strength aren't quite done with the blue Kenworth. They decided they're going to change the heated mirrors on it because the heating elements are bad in them. You guys that drive trucks know how big of a pain in the butt heated mirrors can be, and how nice they can be when they actually work properly. So it's supposed to get below freezing this evening, so I decided to come out and winterize our irrigations. This is our John Deere 4045T with a Berkeley pump. Where's that? Got my crescent wrench here somewhere. Oh, here it is. So gonna get the plug out of this one, and I'm going to take the hose off the well, make sure that the water is drained out of it. Plug's on the back side here. Get rid of these weeds. Get this plug out. Probably fairly tight. Yep, it's fairly tight. Must have a little rust on the threads too. pipe doped them. Damn crescent wrenches. Can't kick in my butt. It's just about out. See how much water we actually got in this pump. Shouldn't be too much. There we go. We haven't irrigated for probably about 3 months now. So they've been sitting here idle. So I got to drain that. I always put the plugs in here. That way I know where it's at for next spring. And now I gotta grab our electric primer, throw that in the truck, and we'll go do the Alice Chalmers power unit over on the other side of the driveway. We've got 2 power units and 2 pumps that run 4 systems. We got one back there. We got this system here that makes a circle. The other 3, they just do half moons. So this front 2 tower, it does a complete circle all the way around. And then those, they only do half moons because of the way that the property narrows up towards the back because of the house and the buildings and all that. So I'm gonna grab this primer and we'll go do the other one. So now we're on the other side of the driveway with the Alice Chalmers power unit. This is a 2900. Can't remember exactly how many horse that is, but this one was sold as a power unit. So I got my plug loosened up already. Get the water out. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put this plug. I guess this one don't have the same Murphy system on it with a little cabinet to put it in, so the box is stuck shut. So I'm gonna set this one right here in the control box. So now I probably won't remember where I put it next year by this time, or by springtime. So this one, I always leave these valves open a little bit. This one's a little messed up. There, it's open. That one actually froze and broke last winter. It had a little bit of water for some reason on the one side of it, and it actually froze it and broke it. But it worked, so I haven't changed it out yet. This one, and then the rest, all these, I've got automatic drains in the spans, so I don't have to mess with anything. They've already drained out since the last time we ran it. So I'm going to take this off the hydrant once that empties out, and then we're pretty much done winterizing everything. So everything's got antifreeze in it anyways. The motor, or the engines do, so don't have to mess with that. So we'll knock that off, and then I'm going to head back to the shop. It's kind of cold out, actually. I would say it's probably already 40 degrees and it ain't even dark yet. So we were going to really push hard to pick some corn this afternoon, but it rained around probably 1 o'clock. It rained some, so we just kind of thought, well, we'll finish up the Blue Kenworth and we'll get the combines in one at a time and get them ready. So now we got the 1660 in the shop, and we're going to start going over the 1063 corn head to get it ready. I've got it in a position that it runs through the field, so I can start checking the oil in all the gearboxes. So I'm going to get some tools and get these dipsticks out and make sure that these gearboxes have plenty of oil in them so we don't have any problems. So in order to check the oil in the gearboxes on your 1063 or 1083 corn heads, or I guess any of these corn heads, they're all the same, right? So in order to check your oil in them, all you gotta do is thread these plugs out right here. These take 90 weight oil, and as long as it's to the full mark or a little above, you're good. You put it right back in. And you want it to be in the operating position when you're picking corn is how you want to check these. So basically, gathering chains, 6 inches off the floor, at least. Keep about 6 inches off the floor. And that's about running height out in the field. So I gotta patch the floor. That was a quick patch last year, and I'm gonna fix it while it's in here now. So wanted to put a poly floor in it, but we don't really have time right now to order a poly floor. So we're gonna patch it and get one ordered and put it in maybe later in the season. So I got 4 more rows to check, and then we'll move on to checking gathering chain tension, and we'll just check all the water pump bearings and the rolls. And if all that's good, it's ready to go to the field. There's really not much to do on these heads maintenance wise, except oil the chain drive on the end and grease the U-joint in the shaft that drives it, and that's about it. So these are fairly simple heads to maintain. So I'm going to finish this and we'll move on to that. So I did find one that's a little low, so I'm going to put some oil in it. Don't take a whole lot. Give it a few good pumps and then check it. It's probably pretty close. Try not to get oil on the corn head. Don't want the leaves sticking to it. It's just on the tip. Let's give it a few more. This one I think was low last year too. A few more. Might have to reseal this one. I have to check that out. I'll have to look under the head. Oh. Oh, now it's on there. Oh yeah. Oh, now it's a little overfull, but that's okay. So that's all done now. Well, we got all the gearboxes checked, and we're going to call it a night tonight. We're going to come back tomorrow, and we'll continue on getting the combines ready. Dad's actually going to go in the house tonight and see about ordering a poly auger bed kit for this one. So if we get that, we'll do a video on putting a poly auger bed kit in a 1063. So all you case guys out there will enjoy that, and you'll know how to do one when the time comes to do yours. We've got one in our other head, our 1083, and the 1063 that I just bought for the gleaner has a poly kit in it. And they're a good solution for if you have an auger trough that's wore out. They're a good solution to fix that. They're easy to do, a lot easier than changing out that whole auger trough. There's a lot of bolts involved to change that out. So anyways, that's where I'm going to end this episode tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. We will start a whole new day. And maybe tomorrow afternoon we might pick some corn. I'm going to get this finished up. And we're going to see if we can get a poly kit overnighted. So I don't think it'll be here tomorrow, but it'll probably be the following day. And we're going to get the gleaner in here, and we're going to get the drive line all figured out for it and get it set up to pick corn. We're going to have to pull a bean screen out of it. I've talked to a few guys on the gleaner pages on Facebook, and they feel like I can get away with just running a top screen. So we're going to give it a shot. If we can't just get away with just running one screen, I'll have to find either a used screen or just bite the bullet and buy a new screen, adjustable screen for the bottom. So we're going to see what happens with that. It's going to be pretty exciting. And then Wednesday, if it don't rain, sun comes out tomorrow, by Wednesday we'll be able to take the S67 out to the field and cut some beans with that beautiful McDonald Draper head and that beautiful gleaner combine. So I'm pretty excited about that. My cousins are going to come out. My friend Tyler's going to come out. He's going to run it. My cousin Eric and Larry Jr., they're going to run it. And got a couple other guys we're going to invite out to see it. So be pretty cool. We're making history because this is the first new gleaner in the area in a long time. So that's going to be pretty cool to have one. I shouldn't say it's new because it's a 2013, but it's only got 800 separator hours on it. So it is a fairly new machine, but it's not the current new machine out there on the market. So, which is okay. Still newer than anything that's been around here gleaner wise in a long time, so we're still making history. So if you've been following everything, we got the little MC sitting back here, poor little thing. Gotta get clutch parts. I did find out I can buy all the new parts brand new for it. I can get all the clutch materials, I can get the brake band, all that. I've actually got the clutch over here on the welding table. I'm gonna re-bearing the whole final drive, but we're soaking this in the old Rusties. Good stuff, love it. My goal is to soak it for a while before I get too crazy with it. Maybe, just maybe, this will come out a lot easier than having to get too violent with it. But if we got to get violent with it, we got to get violent. And if I can't get that apart, I'm gonna run up to New Paris tractor parts, and I'm sure they probably have a steering clutch for it. So worst comes to worst, maybe steering clutch and a whole final drive, but we'll see what happens. I still got faith in saving this one, other than the clutch fibers and the clutch plates. They're junk, we know that. That's all trash. So we're still moving forward on this project. I picked up a one-row new idea corn picker this weekend. It is sitting at my place, at my shop. So we have an ear corn picker to pull with the MC, so it's going to be cool. So that's why I want to get it back together so I can pick some ear corn with it yet this fall. I bought a 323 new idea. Very, very good shape corn picker. So we're going to oil the chains, grease it up real good. There's a belt change that blows the shucks out of the shucking beds. Got to change that belt. And there's adjustment for the elevator chain that takes the ears to the wagon. I got to fix that adjustment because the bolts broke off in it. But other than that, it looks like we can take it to the field. So I'm pretty excited. So stay tuned because there's a lot of exciting things happening. We still got to go get the grade all and my John Deere 690B excavator. Should be able to get that soon. So that's all exciting stuff coming too. So stay tuned. Don't feel like the excitement's going to end, because the excitement's only going to get more exciting from here on out. So having fun with this YouTube stuff, and I know a lot of my followers are having fun with it. So, and I'm glad you've all decided to join me on my adventures. It's been fun to show you my daily activities and projects and everything I got going on. So thanks for subscribing, and if you're thinking about subscribing, you better subscribe. Doesn't hurt to hit that button to subscribe. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Tomorrow, probably.